welcome to With Miska podcast episode. This is live stream February. I forgot what date it is. Tuesday, about February 24th. So I'm testing how this works if I do this live streaming. And of course you can watch it later. So hi. Thank you for listening to With Miska quick LA update. I actually feel much more nervous now because this is live. So I'm walking here in LA, and yes, so I just got a new key fob for my car. Let's see. A key fob is the buttons that you have for your car, and my life has become much more exciting with that. Oh no, I wanted to say that. So this is the life of a freelance actor in LA update, because I'm trying to frame these a little bit more for people who don't know me. So let's talk about that stuff. Like I'm actually talking every time about that kind of stuff. Yes. So I got a new key fob in my car, because the old buttons didn't work. So now the new buttons work. It didn't cost much on Amazon. Where I ordered it from, and I was able to program it myself. So I'm feeling very proud and happy about that I was able to program it myself. So because it costs like hundreds of bucks if you do it, go to a dealer. But the key fob, so the buttons are very loose. So my life has become very exciting, because usually when I bend over in work, that's a joke. If I have the thing in my pocket, the key fob, when I bend over, usually I press one of the buttons. So lately, many times the alarm goes off or the trunk opens. So that creates some stress. But I'm pretty good in handling stress, so I will survive. So it's a little bit weird week because there's sort of lots going on. Not much money coming. Well, some, yes. So we are doing Eino. There's a Finnish poet, Eino Leino. So I did that with Mertsi Rajala and some other people in Finland, like a monologue, where I do Finnish poems with the choir singing the famous Eino Leino songs. So we're doing it with the local choir here, Finnish choir, but it's gonna be done in English apart from the songs. But I'm not singing; I'm just playing guitar and doing the songs. So we're actually preparing a monologue show. It's gonna be in 2 months. I used to do it. I did it for many years in Finland, but now it's going to be in English. The translation has been a little bit difficult because we want the translation, because many of the words are by the original poet Eino Leino. So we want the translation to be better than just non-English speaker, just some foreigner like me translating them to English. So I think we have a native speaker who's gonna check all the words. So it sounds good. So Eino Leino monologue coming up, and then I've been doing some voiceover stuff. So I think one project bought some of the voiceover stuff that I did myself in my studio, so they're gonna use it in that project. So I got that email yesterday, so that's good. That's some work that actually pays a little bit. I'm just going somewhere where there's no people, so that actually pays a little bit. And also we're gonna be doing another episode of this animation, no, another season. It's not many lines, but it's for this animation show. I don't think we have it in Finnish yet, but I'm playing one character, and this is what I do also from home. And so that's exciting. I think this week, if it all goes through, I'm gonna be recording for 10 short episodes in my home studio. And then in Finland we have a saying, laiska töitä luettelee. It's a lazy man who talks about how much he's working. So I'm not working much, but I'm just happy that something is going on. Actually, there's like a little bit bigger theme with this when I'm talking about these weird jobs that I have, because in Finland and in the world there has been talk how after COVID and after the strikes we had here, there was a actor strike and writer strike in Hollywood a couple of years ago, how there's less work for actors in Hollywood, and it seems to be the same thing in Finland too. So I really try to think positively. Yes, there's probably less work for traditional actors, but people are still consuming content. And with content, I mean, it can be movies, TV series. Oh, that's a busy street. I hope it's not too loud. Let's turn back. So that's why I'm also doing this, because I try to do podcast, web videos. I'm doing the voiceover jobs. When I was younger, the voiceover jobs were that you needed to go to actual studio, and there was a couple of people working there, and then they did it. But now I have my own little home studio set up. I don't know if I can call it home studio, but it's a home studio setup, which is part of my work. And it was the same thing with the other project where they wanted me to speak stuff in Finnish, with Finnish and European accents. So, and then the Monologue show. So I think the work of actor or performer or an artist, it's just changing. So I'm 46 years old, so I don't want to fall off the wagon. So I want to embrace these opportunities that we have. And that's why I've been also doing quite a lot of stuff on YouTube. I started posting my stand-up clips on YouTube. For some reason, I haven't, even though I do stand-up comedy, I haven't really posted much, probably because I'm so slow and not really a good writer anyway. So I felt that I I just haven't had lots of good jokes. But I've started posting jokes or parts of my comedic monologue, my immigrant story, which I'm still performing. But I really need to get some stand-up stuff out on my social media and stuff. And YouTube, if I try to book some shows. So I've started posting some clips on the channels. And then also our great friend Steven Solkela from Minnesota, the accordion player for our band Hollywood Dreams, is coming to Los Angeles, California this next week, in about a week. So we've been organizing because we have a concert, a show in LA Finnish Center in North Hollywood on Saturday, March 7th. March 7th. So we have a concert for that, but Steve is going to be here for like 5 days or something. So I want him to get on front of people as much as possible. So probably we're gonna hit some comedy store open mic, maybe Laugh Factory, Hollywood Improv, just to get, because he's like a Jaakko Teppo. Jaakko Teppo. He's a Finnish folk singer, old school. He was. So his point of view is of course Finnish American, but he's born and raised in America, but he's very rural because he's from Minnesota, grew up in a farm and all that. So I think it would be refreshing for Los Angeles people to hear a very rural point of view of comedy. and many people who live in Los Angeles have also moved here from country, from non-urban areas, from countryside. So I'm very excited. I think I'm gonna accompany him in a go to the couple of open mics or the comedy shows, and hopefully he gets some stage time. And I think I'm very curious how people are gonna like it because no one in LA really does that kind of rural countryside point of view. So, and we also got a, well, I don't know if I got, whoever got the idea, someone else, probably not me, that there's going to be a children's concert. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, if you're in LA, Steve is going to be here from about 7th to 11th next week. So if you have any kind of gathering or just need some company in your living room, he would be happy to come and play accordion or even his full one-man band show. It's fun because the one-man band stuff, I have posted some of his one-man band stuff on TikTok and other channels, and one of his one-man band, actually two videos on TikTok, got over 250,000 views, which is much more than I usually get. So he's definitely excellent and something different. Yeah, so Steve Solkela, my good friend, will be here soon. So no, well, this is the thing. I could say that I don't really have much work, much things going on now in a traditional, I'm a little bit lost, in a traditional acting sense. But in many ways, with the reality, what a life of an actor nowadays is, I guess I do have a couple of voiceovers, a couple of monologue shows, and a concert. Uh, YouTube is not bringing me any money, but I'm not actually that far. I just need more watch time, so I need to do more podcast episodes because they are longer. I get quite lot, but I mean, sometimes I get over 1,000 views, which is lots for me with my shorts, but they don't count towards the watch time, which is the main problem now with me. Okay, I'm going to a busy street. This was not the best idea for the audio, but you know what? I can actually walk to a more quiet area since we are here together. Yes. It would be nice to get a regular audition. I think I had one last week. The reason why I have been having less auditions, maybe once per week, because I haven't submitted myself to the really small stuff. There's no specific reason with small stuff. Uh, I mean, that's something that pays really small. It's maybe a web series or a student film, which I used to submit myself to all those, and I definitely should. Luckily, I continued submitting myself today again. There's no really reason why I haven't submitted. Probably because I've been concentrating on this online thing, clips, videos, and we have had the concert. I should be doing them, submitting, and I will. I guess some of the reasons are, which don't make sense, is that the pay is usually pretty low. It's lower than the pay is often so low that if I would make that money every day, it might not be enough. And then the self taping takes some time, but it's always good to get out there. So, yeah. So, but I'm I'm doing self tapes for everything bigger, and it doesn't even need to be a TV show, but just something that pays more than $150. Yeah. So, but anyway, I started submitting myself to those little projects too. And it's just I really don't mind little projects, but I just sometimes feel stupid going somewhere for one day and then you get only paid. I was supposed to go to an ATM, but I don't know where I am. Well, I have an idea, but I forgot which way is the bank. Maybe it's that way. Yeah, so sometimes I just feel stupid if I actually need to do a self tape, which takes at least in half an hour, usually an hour. And then if I go somewhere and work for one day and I get paid $100, it just doesn't make sense. But I'm really not. Those are not beneath me. Yeah. So hopefully I'll book some web series. Yeah. So I guess this week has been a. But yeah, if I go back to the voiceover stuff that I got booked, let's see how much it pays. It actually this week with the voiceovers I have made maybe 1,300. And if I make $1,300 every week, I should be fine. So I am not complaining. So this is what the reality is for a freelance actor who is not a star, not a celebrity. I'm 46 years old. Yeah, so things are changing. Well, things media landscape has changed. Okay, let's see. I also, when I was editing a couple of my old these quick LA updates, I really don't edit them much or at all. I feel that I'm just talking about the same thing. Maybe people you feel safe because I talk about the same stuff. I was gonna swear, but I don't know if it affects the algorithm, who is my friend. So I thought that if I should think about little topics before I talk, like great Antti Holm, he's a Finnish actor and podcaster, very well liked, and he's very good, and he tells good stories. Well, at least I talked about the key fob, and I bought some. Sometimes in LA, when you're in a car, you really need to pee, and there might be. It's not really in traffic, but sometimes it might be because I bought some like these peeing bags. I thought that just in case. You cannot do it when you're driving, but in America, you can. In Finland, people. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but people can pee on the street. But in America, it's a bigger offense. So I bought these pee bags just in case. I have never peed in my car, but I have just sometimes I really needed to pee, and if the gas station tells you that the bathroom is out of order, then it's a difficult thing because we drive so much here in LA. So I bought those, but they are really unusable for men because, like I said, I wouldn't use them while driving. But for men, they need to be used when you're standing up, and you cannot stand up in a car unless you have a van. So you cannot stand up in my car. So if anyone wants free pee bags, I have some of them left. I just remember that there are many occasions when I have really had to pee and I haven't found a solution because I don't want to get in trouble for that. And of course, it's not nice to. But I think maybe in Finland people can be more understanding. So that's pretty much it. That's the life of a freelance actor in Hollywood. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for listening to With Miska podcast. Quick. Yeah, I'm gonna put this up on a podcast quick. LA update. There's an ATM. Bye. How does this go off? I don't know. There's a finish. It says finish. I'm from Finland. Finish. That's a funny joke. That's something.